Days of Our Lives rearmost newsstander didn't care if he shot Theresa. There's why. Kristen threatens to expose Stefan's infidelity to Gavi. Days of Our Lives Sander didn't care if he shot Theresa. There's why. In the rearmost plot from Days of Our Lives, Sander Cook shows no vacillation when he aims his armament at Konstantin Melaunis, despite Theresa Donovan being held as an implicit collateral. This occasion reminds suckers of Theresa's history with Xander, a complex history filled with dishonesty and lies. Numerous suckers may flash back how devious he really is. In 2016, Theresa falsely indicted Xander of tried essay on Days of Our Lives. This led to his imprisonment. Her false allegations were necessary in Xander's escape from Statesville captivity. Also alongside Clyde Weston and Orpheus on Days of Our Lives. So all three escapes continue to inflict annihilation in Salem. Despite Theresa's admission of her taradiddle and Xander's posterior deliverance of her from a Mexican medicine lord, Theresa remains a nuisance in Xander's side. Now, the pressure between Xander, Theresa, and Konstantin escalates. So observers are left wondering what's coming for these complex characters on the popular NBC cleaner pieces. Days of Our Lives Thursday, June 13 recap: Kristen threatens to expose Stefan's infidelity to Gavi. Days of Our Lives spoilers recap for Thursday, June 13, reveals that Johnny DiMera came clean to Chanel DiMera about his chance to work with the notorious Pete and Russo on a new movie out in Los Angeles, so it was a dream job for him. The catch was Johnny would have to move down for this job and had to give his answer by hereafter. Johnny admitted he'd known about the offer for weeks, but he considered not telling Chanel and turning it down. That admission stunned Chanel, who blew up at Johnny since they were supposed to be a platoon. After important debating between the two of them, Chanel helped Johnny see that she could singe from anywhere and could maybe open Sweet Bit's lay. Anyhow, Chanel wanted to support Johnny's dream, so he called to accept the offer and agreed to a sizzling make-up session behind unrestricted doors. At the cantina, Kate Roberts Brady upset since she still hadn't heard from Lucas Horton, but also Lucas walked by and proved he was okay after his Montana charge. Since Lucas successfully helped capture Clyde Weston, Kate hoped that meant Harris Michaels would keep his pledge and make sure Lucas walked free. Lucas noted that Harris was busy recycling Clyde, but he didn't have high expedience and acted like he might just have to serve the remainder of his judgment. Since Clyde was headed to Supermax and wouldn't be at Statesville, Lucas didn't suppose his safety would be an issue presently. While Lucas visited Julie Williams to say his farewells, Kate wondered about Roman Brady's true passions about all this. Roman claimed that although Lucas abducted Sammy Brady, he believed Lucas had learned his assignment and supported his freedom. Latterly, Lucas returned to the cantina, where Roman admitted he'd talked to some connections and got the news that Harris came through on the deal for Lucas. Since Lucas' judgment has officially been changed, he was thrilled along with Kate. At the Horton house on Thursday's day's occasion, Chad DiMera told Julie about captured Clyde's claim that Abigail DiMera was still alive, so he pledged to question him again and headed to the Salem PD. While Julie reeled over Abigail's possible survival and milled over whether it was possible, Rafe Fernandez quizzed Clyde about Lai Shin's case and whether he knew anything about Gil Carter taking him out. Clyde noted that if he could corroborate that, he'd only be willing to partake if there was commodity in it for him. Rafe acted like there was no way for him to help Clyde in this situation, but Clyde suggested that the help didn't have to come from within the confines of the law. Once Rafe left on Thursday's Days of Our Lives occasion, Chad arrived and pulled the table back so that he could sit uncomfortably close to Clyde. After Chad told the nipping story of what happened the night he set up Abigail bleeding out, he cried and gripped Clyde's head as he pushed for real answers. Clyde suggested about Chad using his DiMera chops to help him, but Chad ultimately prompted Clyde to put his cards on the table. Clyde decided it was further fun when Chad was acting all tough. This was just sad, so Clyde told Chad to hear up since he was going to give him commodity big. At the DiMera Manse on Thursday's Days occasion, Kristen Dimera eavesdropped Stefan Dimera barking at someone over the phone to make commodity be ASAP. Stefan admitted he was busting Gabby Hernandez Dimera, last played by Camila Banas, out of captivity so they could run down together. But Kristen couldn't let him do that and reminded him of their deal. Kristen claimed their terms were that she'd help clear Gabby's name and Stefan would help her score the Dimera CEO spot. Still, also Kristen hovered to tell Gabby that he slept with Iva Vitali if Stefan didn't keep his end of the bargain. Stefan protested that he was drunk for that pointless association, but Kristen didn't suppose the details would count if Gabby set about he cheated. Coming on Thursday's day's occasion, Rafe arrived and offered updates on the Clyde situation. While Kristen was on a phone call in the other room, Rafe let Stefan know that his hands were tied and that he couldn't help Clyde to free Gabby. That said, Rafe inferred that he'd be willing to look the other way if Stefan chose to be a Dimera and handle this rather. After Rafe left, Kristen returned from her phone call and shocked Stefan with the news that there had been a change of plans, so she wouldn't be helping him presently. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Stefan and Kristen have a lot further bickering to do, so we'll bring you prognostications on their fragile cooperation. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.